All right, we are recording, so welcome once again to our Enagic business webinar, a sleeping giant that actually has awakened. It's phenomenal to Ron and I to see how things have changed over the last 5.5 years that we've been involved. And in case you don't know, we got involved in the Enagic business just to drink the water. Back in 2010, Ron was diagnosed with liver disease, and we were strictly, drinking the water for for my benefit too, but because he had such a serious health issue, someone had told us about this amazing water from Japan. So we're just so thankful that Mr. Oshiro decided to share his technology with the rest of the world. So we started drinking the water, and because of the results that Ron experienced and I experienced, we just started telling everybody about this amazing machine from Japan. And um, over time, then that grew into a business for us, and so we've been doing this now full time for what is it, 5.5 years now that we have been in the Enagic business. So let me make this full screen for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go. Now I just want to take a couple of minutes before I get to talking about the compensation plan. I just want to show you this slide because of my past experience in network marketing. This is really exciting to me. Every network marketing company is going to go through 3 phases. The first one is formulation, and that's when the company's just, setting up their offices and, introducing people to their product, just getting started. That typically takes 5 to 10 years. And then they hit a point that we call critical mass. And I believe, but don't quote me, I think that's when they're at about 3% market penetration. And I think I'm right on that. And then when they hit critical mass, the sales go almost straight vertical. And that is the phase called momentum, which will last another 5 to 10 years. And then they go into their third and final phase, which is stabilization. And that's when it's pretty much considered that the market's saturated, and so sales just kind of level off. If you want to be in the top 2 to 3% with a company, you absolutely need to join at the very beginning or even prior to momentum. And what is so exciting to me about this is, I know some of you know my story, but I was with another network marketing company back in the 80s and the 90s for almost 20 years. I was with the same nutritional company, worked extremely hard at my business, and I just could never, ever get to the levels of income that I saw other people achieving or that I thought I would be able to achieve. And it took me all those years. I just could not understand it. But I finally, when I came across this information, I realized that the company I was with was in stabilization when I started. It was already about a 25-year-old company when I joined. And so the company was already up here. The market was pretty saturated. I made an okay living, and I'm thankful I was able to be a stay-at-home mom and raise 3 kids during that time. But I never came anywhere close to the income potential that I saw in network marketing. Now, fast forward how many years later, here we are in Enagic. We have a rock solid company, 41 years old, but they haven't gone through momentum yet except for in Japan, because they've been in Japan for 41 years. They never went outside Japan until 2003. And that's why right now we're sitting right about here where this black line is. We are just going into momentum. So the next 5 to 10 years are going to be phenomenal years. So timing, being with the right company and the timing of that company is absolutely critical if you are looking to make a way above average income. So I want to encourage you to pay attention for the next 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to share this business opportunity with you. Maybe it's for you, maybe it isn't. But I'd hate for any of you to 7, 8 years from now be kicking yourselves because you didn't get involved. And you're going to remember what I said, and you're going to be hearing about all these friends and family members buying Kangen water machines, because it's going to happen. 1 in 5 homes in Japan has a Kangen water machine. The last figure I heard for the United States was 1 in 18,000. Well, that figure is going to go from 1 in 18,000 right here to 1 in 5, just like Japan, in the next 5 to 10 years. So you do not want to wait and drag your feet and think about this for too long, or you're going to miss the most exciting time with this company. Here's another slide that pretty much showing you the same thing. I mean, this is the next kitchen appliance. There is no question about it. I mean, this water is phenomenal. People get amazing results with their health, and we can educate people about the water and then get rid of all these plastic bottles. I mean, that's the last thing our environment needs, is one more plastic bottle. So look at this. I mean, we are on our way to being a billion-dollar company. Definitely an explosive business. I already told you it's a 41-year-old company, so it's a solid company. I mean, they're not going anywhere. They have stood the test of time. We have a proven product. It is so awesome that everybody drinks water and everybody needs Kangen water. We don't have to, look for people that, let's say, makeup. There's companies out there that just market makeup. Well, that, first of all, you're going to only be able to cater to the women. And then it's going to be a certain age group, certain ages of women that most likely to wear makeup. So it's more of a niche market. Every single human being on the face of the earth drinks water. Now, to explain the compensation plan, we do have a very unique business model in eNagic. Typically, MLM companies look like the one here on the left. Ours is actually a hybrid of direct sales and network marketing, and we build our organization over and down. So it's different, and it's actually patented. Mr. Oshiro received a patent for this compensation plan. It is an 8-point business model, unlike anything else in the direct sales industry. We have no sign-up fee, so there's nobody making money just because you have to pay this, big fee to join the company. The only requirement is you must either purchase a machine or the Ukan turmeric in order to be a distributor. We don't have monthly qualifications. Nobody carries inventory. When someone orders an eNagic product, it is shipped from the warehouse directly to the customer. No annual renewal. Our sales accumulate. You can sponsor international. With the technology that we have today, you can build a global business from home using social media and webinars. I mean, Ron and I are living proof that that can be done. Now, to explain the compensation plan, I'm going to use the SD501 because that is our flagship product. That particular machine sells for $3,980. 1 point is equivalent to $285 on the SD501. So if you remember, I said the compensation plan has an 8 point, it's an 8 point business model. So 8 points are paid out every time an SD501 is sold. So that's 8 times 285. And I always like to say here, because I know there's probably somebody out there thinking, well, geez, no wonder the machine costs this much, or no wonder those Enagic distributors make so much money. That is not the case at all. If this machine was sitting in a retail location, it would cost even more. The reason for that is it costs a fortune to run retail stores. You have to pay rent on the building, you have to pay employees, you have to pay utilities, advertising, trucks, insurance, all kinds of things. So typically in a retail store, whoever's running the store, they have to double or triple what they pay for their product so that they still have a little bit of profit left after they pay all their expenses. Well, in direct sales, we eliminate all of that. We eliminate all those expenses. And so Enagic is able to take that advertising and distribution money and pay it out to the distributors. And typically in direct sales, you actually get a higher quality product for the money than what you would just going into, a store. So by eliminating all those middlemen, then that money is channeled to the distributors, because if it weren't for distributors, these machines would be sitting in a warehouse in California and they would stay there. So let's go through this marketing plan. 1 point is $285. When you make your very first sale, you are considered a 1A, and that stands for 1 point agent. When you make your second sale, you're still a 1A, so you will get paid another $285. The third sale, you now got promoted to 2A and your income just doubled. That's a pretty nice increase. To get the next promotion, you need a total of 10 group sales. And notice that says group. It doesn't say personal. You don't have to make all those sales yourself. They could be coming from one of these other distributors that you have sponsored. When you have 10 group sales, you are promoted to 3A. Now you're getting 3 of those points, or $855. The next promotion comes with a total of 20 group sales, and you'll be promoted to 4A. Now you're getting paid 4 times $285 every time you sell an SD501, or if someone on this team sells an SD501. So you got to kind of think of it this way. Every time you sell a machine here to a new customer, they're going to be given a distributor number. Now, some people will never do anything with that, and maybe they just want to drink the water. But you never know that. Just like Ron and I, we had no intentions of looking at this as a business. But we got so excited about the water. We just started sharing the water with people, showing them the demo. And next thing you know, a neighbor wanted a machine, somebody at church wanted a machine, a family member, and it just took off like that. But what you're doing here, what you want to think about this is you're building teams. So right here is your first 1A team, your second 1A team, your 2A team, 3A team, 4A team. And to get up to the 5A team, you need a total of 50 group sales. Now you just started another team and you're going to get paid $1,425 when you sell an SD501 or anyone on your 5A team. 100 group sales gets you to the next promotion, which is 6A, and then you are getting 6 of the 8 points, or $1,710. And this is typically where people kind of make their first initial goal, is to become a 6A. The average time is 18 to 24 months to make 6A. You can do it a lot quicker. There's people in the company like Romy Videra have done it in 90 days. I would encourage you to set a pretty aggressive goal. I think it's actually easier to go fast. Once you get momentum, it's actually easier, I think, than going slow. But what's going to happen by the time you get to 6A? A couple things I want to point out before we go any further. By the time you're a 6A, when you go to your mailbox, you're probably going to have 4, 5, 6, maybe more checks sometimes. I think the most we ever got in a day was 20 different checks. Well, they're going to be for all different amounts, because if somebody on our 1A team sold a machine, there'll be a check for $285. If 2 people on our 5A team sold a machine, there'll be 2 checks for $14.25. Hopefully there's several in there from your 6A team, so there'll be several checks for $1,710. So you're going to see all these different amounts depending on which team that particular distributor is on. And then one last thing I want to point out here, I said this is an 8-point business model, and we're showing you here where 6 of the points go. But what happens to the other 2 points is the computer looks up to see who your sponsor is, and then they will get paid some of the points too. But once 8 points are paid out, that's the end of it. So, and you know, if you don't totally get this, do not worry about it. You will get it the more times you see it, once you start getting checks. But we have a philosophy on our team to learn while you earn. I don't want to see anybody get hung up on all the details and feeling like you have to be an expert at everything before you can actually just start sharing the water with people. So we made it the whole way to 6A. One other thing I want to mention is this gets easier as you go. I think the hardest part is probably getting from your starting point, your first sale, to 4A. That's 20 machines. From that point, you start picking up speed, because now you have 20 people on your team. And some of those are going to be showing interest in the business and sharing water and showing people the demo, maybe bringing people to webinars. And so you're not working by yourself anymore. And you will probably be able to go from 4A to 6A as fast or faster than what you went from 1A to 4A. And 4A is 20 machines. Okay, so what happens after you make 6A? Well, you can go on then and build as many 6A teams as you want, but you will never go backwards. And this is a huge benefit of this business. And back in the beginning, one of those first slides said that our sales accumulate. And what that means is once you get 100 group sales and you get that promotion to 6A, you will never go backwards. So if you decide you're going to take a whole month or 2 off for some reason, maybe something happens in your personal life, when you come back, you're going to pick up right where you left off as a 6A, and the next machine you sell, you'll get paid $1,710. In other companies that are based on your sales volume, the one I was with for almost 20 years, every month I had to start all over at zero. And if I didn't reach a certain level of sales, I didn't get paid that percentage. It didn't matter what my title was, what I got paid, the percentage I was paid was based on my sales volume for that particular month. That is a lot harder than the way this compensation plan is structured. So what are successful distributors doing? They're sharing the water, sharing information, doing demos, following up. That is key. 80% of sales are made on the fifth or after that, the fifth contact. So 80%, that's a big number. So you want to make sure you continue to follow up with people. Duplication, you want to keep it simple so that your business duplicates. Don't make it too complicated. And sometimes people will, right off the bat, I think because they hear network marketing or direct sales, they think they have to be a salesperson. And that is not true at all. With this business, if you can share water, so if you have a machine, you can share water with people and you can push a button to push play and show people the demo, that's how simple our business is, because what sells the machines is the water. The water works. It's been working for 41 years. And so it's a very, very simple business. The reason people are succeeding is because of keeping it simple. Um, we used to target the baby boomers, but I probably shouldn't even say that anymore because more and more young people are coming into the business, young entrepreneurs. You can use the puppy dog approach, which is very non-threatening because you don't have to ask people to buy something. You can just share water with them. You can also use loaner machines. That's very, very effective, where instead of sharing water for 2 weeks, you actually put a machine in their home for 2 weeks. That worked extremely well for Ron and I. We had 4 loaner machines at one point, and we'd leave it in their home for 2 weeks. When we went back, we told them, if you order your machine today, we'll leave ours here for 1 more week. Worked like a charm. We closed like 3 out of 4 sales doing that. And then a week later, when their machine came, we'd go back, help them set it up, pick up our machine, and it was awesome. So we already know we have a rock solid company and how important the timing is. Leaders that will work with you. We have a proven marketing system. And you can absolutely build a global business. I mean, we have it so much easier with the technology today. When I think back when in the 80s and 90s in my previous business, we didn't even have computers. So if I would have wanted to build a team in another country, I would have had to get on an airplane, fly 20 some hours or wherever, and physically go there to introduce the product to people and do presentations and work with them. Now we can do that sitting right here at home. You heard me in the beginning. We have people on here from Bermuda, people from Australia. Ron and I have a huge team in Nigeria. I mean, that lady, Ugo, she is an amazing leader. She was a 6A before we ever even met her. I mean, and it's all through this social media and webinars. So it is phenomenal what you can do today with the technology that's available. We call it the laptop lifestyle. I mean, if you have a laptop and a cell phone, you're good to go. I mean, I could just as easy be sitting on a beach in Costa Rica as sitting here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I could be doing the very same thing. So it's so much potential. It's really pretty much unlimited. Depends on where you want to go with it. One thing I did forget to mention when we were talking about going to 6A and that takes 100 group sales. In the process of going to 6A, if you do that within 1 year, you will make a six-figure income. So that's 100,000 or more with 100 group sales. The average network marketing company that sells lotions and potions, and that's what most of them sell, vitamins, household cleaners, makeup, skincare, that type of thing, much smaller ticket items. To make a six-figure income with a company like that, you need to have 1,000 plus people on your team. So can you imagine how much harder that is than having 100 people on your team? I couldn't do it in almost 20 years with my previous company. The most I ever made was $50,000 in my very best year, and I was with them almost 20 years and worked every bit as hard as we do now, if not harder. With Enagic, we're dealing with a medical device from Japan, a high ticket item. We've been able to earn a six-figure income every year since we started. Well, we're the same people. I'm not working any harder, but it all has to do with timing and having a product that is very, very unique. I mean, you can't go like the company I was with supplements. There's lots of good supplement companies out there. There is one medical grade water ionizer on the market anywhere in the world, and that is our Kangen water machine. Okay, so that is enough on this PowerPoint. So let me get rid of this one. There's our beautiful team from Bermuda and two people from Nigeria. This is Ugo that I happened to mention earlier. Okay, what I want to show you now, is everybody doing okay here? We didn't lose anybody, did we? No. Oh, we gained some. Harry Castagna, hey. Harry is from Florida. Ron and Lisa Villanueva joined us from Chicago. Awesome. So we're gaining people. What I want to show you next is what happens after 6A. I told you that you can build as many 6A teams as you want. Whoops. What I want to encourage you to do, some people say that you should build wide, other people say build deep. There's nothing wrong with building wide, but if you look and you really study, well, you don't even have to study it very long. If you look at this compensation plan, and I'm talking about the title incentive bonuses and the guaranteed monthly income that is available in this business, it's based on building deep. And all you do not need to get all overwhelmed with thinking you have to have hundreds of people. You need two. You need two strong leaders. And by the time, the best way to find those two people is as you're going along and working your way from 1A up to 6A, leaders are going to start rising to the top. People that are making sales and doing demos. And as soon as you identify two strong leaders, the first thing you want to do is help them both get to 5A. That's 50 sales each, and that will make you a 6A. As a 6A, you're going to earn a $3,000 title incentive bonus just for achieving that rank. And then you just keep working with those same two people. You already helped them become 5A. Now you help them both to become a 6A. And that will make you a 6A too. Do you see that? Hopefully this is making sense on this diagram. And I am going to send you this diagram tomorrow along with the recording of the webinar. So you are now a 6A too, and you've helped your two people to become a 6A. You're going to get a $6,000 title incentive bonus. Both of these people will get $3,000 each. So guess what you're going to do next? You're going to help the same two people to become a 6A too. That is going to promote you to 6A2-2. And this, I'm not sure who made this chart, but this is actually wrong. The title incentive for -2 is $12,000. So as a -2, you'll get paid $12,000. And then, I think you're probably figuring this out by now, you help your 6A2s to become -2s. Now you got promoted to -3. And this is what I would encourage you to make your second big goal. Your first one is going to be 6A. The next one is going to be to become a -3. And right here is the reason. This is where the guaranteed monthly income starts. $5,000 a month for life. That is a phenomenal retirement program, along with a $25,000 bonus for reaching that title. And all you're doing is you're helping the same two people keep coming up through the ranks with you. They're always, probably just going to be one rank behind you, and you keep helping them come up through the ranks, and you're going to just keep moving up. If you help them become a -3, now you're -4. Help them become -4s, now you're -5. And you see how this continues. But look at this guaranteed monthly income and these crazy, huge title incentive bonuses, $100,000 bonus. But something I want to point out here for you to think about. This level here of -3, which I'm encouraging you to make as your second big goal, this can be accomplished in about 5 to 6 years. Ron and I are right on track to hit this level. Actually, with his position and mine, we both have a distributor number that we're building. So both of them will hit -3 next year. So that's going to be 25,000 times 2. And instead of 5,000 a month, it'll be 10,000 a month guaranteed. And Enagic can afford to do this because they know by the time you reach that level, you have built a massive organization. But think about this. How many people do you know that are going to jobs every single day, working 40 hours a week at jobs they do not like, and they'll do that for 40 years to get some measly retirement program? And this is doable in 5 to 6 years. I mean, this is unheard of. I have never, being involved in network marketing for over 30 years, I have never, ever, ever heard of another company that has a guaranteed monthly income no matter what level you are at. So this is something we need to be sharing with people. It's crazy to go through life working 40 hours a week for a boss you don't like, at a job you don't like. Life is too short for that when there are other options out there. And this is a business you can start part-time. There is no risk. You just gradually work your way into it. That's what most people do. But since you can become a 6A in a matter of a year or so, you can afford to go full-time much, much quicker than you ever would be able to do with any other network marketing company. You remember what I said, you need 1,000+ people in any other company to make a six-figure income. In Enagic, you can do it with 100 sales. By becoming 6A in 1 year, will generate over $100,000. So I hope you guys are as excited about this as I am. And I will also send you this PDF because I would encourage you from day one to fill this out. Ron and I have one of these up on the bulletin board with his name on and one with my name. And we are filling in who these leaders are as they are coming up through the ranks. And this kind of helps you stay focused, that you don't get too scattered working with too many different people. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with going wide, which is going to change this number after the 6. You can become a 6A 5-3, 6-3. So the number right after the A is talking about 6As that are direct to you. The number after the dash has to do with levels going down. But when you look at those title incentive bonuses and the guaranteed monthly income, it's based on this, on depth with 2 strong legs. Okay, now what I want to show you, we're doing pretty good on time here. Oh, okay, maybe we're not. I'm going to have to talk a little faster because we hopefully hear from somebody here at the end. Probably ask the Villanuevas to talk. Just a little heads up, if you guys are still on here with us, they are getting like this close to 6A. So exciting. But I want to just quickly run through some slides yet. These are slides that I got, or a PowerPoint I got from Romy Videra. And I think it just helps if you can visualize a little bit, you know, this whole thing with the title incentives. These are all pictures from the global convention right here. It tells you in Anaheim last year. And look at all the 6As going across the stage to get their $3,000 title incentive. And then here come the 6A2s getting $6,000. Do you ever see a check that big? And then the dash 2s, $12,000. Look at that. That's Brian Welch over here on the right from Florida. There he is again. And then you go after dash 2 is dash 3. So here, look, here's Mr. Oshiro. He's always at these bigger events to give out the title incentive checks. So that's always an honor to get to meet him. So the dash 3s, look at all of them, all different countries all around the world. How exciting. Doesn't Mr. Oshiro look amazing? He'll be 74 this month. And now the dash 4's $50,000 bonus. Doesn't this guy look happy? I get a kick out of him. I don't know where he is. $50,000 title incentive, $10,000 a month. And here's Romy. Oh, did I skip something? Yeah, $50,000 is the title incentive. Honor Wilshire is from New York City. Tamia Cologne from New York. Michelle Raley from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Not sure where that guy's from. And then the dash 5s. Look at that, $100,000 title incentive. And right here in the middle is our very own Eli Angelina Daffish from California. We are second level to Eli Angelina. That is awesome. So, I mean, this really does happen. People do achieve these levels, and they will continue to achieve them. So just in closing here, before we bring out Ron and Lisa, yeah, they're still on here. I just want to quickly show you where to find a couple websites, kangendemo.com. If you have never watched a demo, you want to go there. And this is the one that we typically show to people when we show this to them before you share water. If I can just give you one piece of advice, and I know any other 6A out there would tell you the same thing, do not ever share water without having people watch the demo. It just never works. The reason is people don't give value to the water if they have not seen a demo. And it ends up, we've never sold a machine if we did that. And we did it a few times. We learned the hard way. But what would happen? We'd go back, with more water to that person, and there was sitting the jugs still half full from the last time. They just don't value the water without seeing and understanding the demo. This is our business website, usakangenwater.biz, and I see Ron's already typing in those websites for you. If you want to be on our email list, you need to come here and fill out your name and your information there so that you get our emails. And I try not to inundate people with emails. I do send more to our distributors than to prospects, of course. And then this is the corporate website. So if you want to do a little more investigating and learning more about the company, you want to come to enagic.com. Okay, I think I covered everything. Let's see here how we did. If we have questions. Yes, Barry, we will send out the recording. I will be uploading this to YouTube tomorrow, and then I can email the link to everyone that registered for the webinar. And I will also attach both of those documents I showed you that had the title incentives, and then the one where you can actually map out your own plan to 6A2-3. All right, so let's go and talk to Ron and Lisa. I am so excited for them. Ron and Lisa, can you hear me?
Hey there, yes, it's just me for
Oh, it's
today.
okay. Hi, Lisa. So,
How are
Ron,
you?
are you at home or?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to pull up a picture here a while. Where is, oh, here's my new one. This is from Christmas. So I want to show everybody the Villanuevas. This is Ron and Lisa and their three sons. They live out in Chicago. And I believe I understood the goal for 6A is by the end of this month. Am I right?
That's correct. God willing.
Oh, so exciting. Oh my goodness. So why don't you share? We have several new people on here tonight. If you want to just share a little bit of your story, what you guys are doing. I know you had a very exciting weekend.
Well, yeah, so we had to go to Champaign, Illinois, at University of Illinois, where my son is a junior in college. So we hooked up a machine. And, we've been wanting to do that for quite some time now, but we just haven't had a good chance. And it was winter break, and we said, you know what, let's just wait till after winter break. But we felt like we had to show the demo to his friends, to my niece's friends, just because if they were going to be at the apartment, they were most likely going to want to know what the water is. And um, I wanted them to understand the properties of the water. Because, like you said, Rhonda, when people don't understand the properties, they've never seen the properties of the water, they don't add value to it. And, so when we showed them the properties, we also introduced to them just the whole concept of network marketing, because there are so many newly graduated college students that can't find jobs.
Yeah.
And I really wish that we would have known about network marketing much, much earlier in life
Mhm.
because it just is an additional stream of income. It's an awesome way to get out of the rat race,
Yeah.
as they like to call it. And, you know, for me, it's a way for me to have options so that I'm not stuck at a job that 9 to 5, dreadful, or in my case, 8 to 5, dreadful hours of just, being under stress a lot. And so in the beginning, I wasn't, I've never really done network marketing before. I tried one of those lotions and potions types of company before, and I did not like it because you had to meet quotas. You had to have. I was practically begging people to host a party for me, and I was like, after 2 months, I think I quit because I was like, this is so not for me. But this is so different. Enagic is so different in just the sense that you have a machine, you have a free distributor ID, the machine is a tax write-off, you share the water, so you're not paying for any samples. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're not having to pay for any inventory, you don't have any quotas. So when I, learned of all this and introduced it to other network marketers, they were like, wow, that's crazy. You can only move up in the ranks. You can't go down. And with consistent effort, that, going up the ranks is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. We're just constantly sharing the information with other people to help them first and foremost with like their health, if they want to. And we've helped so many people in that way, and it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
And that's really what drives me to share the water, share the information with people. And if they don't want it for their health, I just move on it, and I just think to myself like, well, it's just not their time for the blessing. I
Yeah.
can't force people. We're not in the business, like Romy said, we're not in the business of convincing people. We can only share the health benefits that we know and share our stories. And if they're not willing to listen, I don't get frustrated because you know what? I I know what's good for me, and sooner or later, the right people will come into my life. So I don't stress and I don't get frustrated about it because it's a missed opportunity on their part, and I feel sad that they're not seeing that missed opportunity. But again, what can I do?
Right. Yeah.
So
That.
we love the business, and so we're very, very grateful to you and Ron for introducing it to us and explaining it from the very, very beginning, the opportunity to get our machine paid off right away. Because truthfully, that's what made me hopeful of, having this machine, in my, at that time, because I did not know and fully understand all the health benefits that we would gain from it, as well as all the additional stream of income. At that time, I could just look at the price tag of it and think, oh my, it's expensive. But when you realize all of the savings that you have from like having awesome water, great, health benefits and eliminating some of the medications because it's creating that healthy environment in your body,
Right.
getting rid of the cleaners and things like that, and just everything you use water for, you replace it with this water, and it's just awesome. I mean, I cannot really say enough good things about the machine. Like, we love it. We love all the pHs, and we use it. I mean, we use it all.
Yeah.
And so, if you know, if I had to buy, if I didn't have my machine, and if I had to buy one, it would be like right away on my to-do list because one of those things that like we just love to have all the time. We travel with our machine.
Mhm. And tell them what your initial goal was when you joined Enagic.
Oh yeah, my initial goal was 8 to 10 referrals just so I can get my money back in the first year. And I thought that was a lofty goal at the time. And I remember Ron saying, "Oh, you don't have anything to worry worry about. You will hit that goal. And I was like, all right, being very doubtful, but we exceeded that goal, almost doubled it in the first year, just simply from sharing the water and, talking about it with people. And we had that goal of 8 to 10, and we did. We definitely met it. So, and, we didn't intend to do the business, but here we are. It sounds crazy to me, but like when you, Rhonda, I think it's so important that when people join Enagic under a team, we want to duplicate what you did, which is engaging the people right away as soon as they buy the machine. Because I think you did an awesome job with that and sending us, Eli and Jelina's phone calls and later on Michelle Rayleigh's calls like every week to get us engaged in the business part of it and hearing the success stories, learning more about the product and everything about the business. I think it's really good to do that because what I don't want is for a distributor to not be as engaged. And then they find out later on the opportunities that they missed out on because I didn't share the information with them. That's like a responsibility that I have, and I want to make sure that I'm sharing the benefits of having a machine and having a distributor ID right away.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's
it's helping them.
right.
Yeah.
That's an
So
excellent
what I've
point.
learned, yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but what I've learned is with Enagic and the way the business model is structured with the patented comp plan, it truly is about helping each other.
Mhm.
So I'm helping the distributors below me. They're helping me move up the ranks. And so I do have a vested interest in making sure that they're engaged right from the get-go.
Yes.
And if they want to do the business, guess what? I'm going to help them. I'm going to present for them until they're comfortable because I want them to be successful as well. And it's truly about helping each other out.
What a win-win, right? I
A
mean,
win-win-win with good
yeah,
health too.
yeah,
Because
that's true.
you can't enjoy your wealth if you don't have good health.
Right, right. I mean, I'm sure you've read that saying before, where something about like most people sacrifice their health the first how many years of their life, 30 years or more, to gain wealth, and then you sacrifice your wealth trying to get your health back in the later part of your life. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So,
Right.
oh, thank you so much, Lisa. You guys, we're just so excited. Cannot wait to make that announcement that you're brand new 6As. So you will have
Well, thank you.
you'll have to keep us posted. I know it's coming soon. Was there anything
I
else
can't
you
wait.
wanted to say, Lisa?
Um, Nothing really. We love doing the presentations now. It's so much fun to just have gatherings and, it does not feel like work at all. So it's like, it's the best business I've ever been involved in.
Oh, me too. Amen to that. Oh, all right, Lisa. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. I'll go ahead and mute you again.
Thank you.
Yes. Um, that was a very good point Lisa brought out there about like what Romy says, that we are sorters, not convincers. And so that is such excellent advice because you can get very frustrated if you're trying to convince people all the time. I mean, we are just the messenger, like Lisa said. You want to give that information to people about the health benefits, about the business opportunity, and then, it's their decision what they are going to do with that. It's just best for us not to prejudge and think, well, I don't really think they'd be interested in the business, and then you don't share that part with them. And such an easy way to help people get started is exactly what Ron and Lisa did. they just wanted to earn, 7 or 8 or so thank you checks, enough to at least get reimbursed for what they spent on their machine. And so you can help people to get their machine for free by just doing a few demos for them. If they have some friends that are going to come over and get some water anyway, say, hey, I'll come over, I'll do a quick demo for them and help them, to introduce this to their family and their friends. I mean, everybody knows 8 people that would be interested in this machine. And that way, your new distributor is going to start seeing some checks come in. And just like Ron and Lisa, they're probably not going to stop at 8 or 10 or whatever, that's what their goal was, just to get their machine paid off. They're most likely going to like those checks that are coming in the mailbox and just get engaged then, like Lisa said, in the business and run with it. Let me think. There was one other thing. Oh, now it left me. Mm, I can't remember. I thought there was one other. Oh, yeah. I just want to encourage you guys when we're talking about, these title incentives and these big checks and all these, all this money that you can earn. I just want to encourage you to, in the process of building your business, that you set goals. But really, I want to just encourage you to set very worthwhile goals. Like Romy Videra from New York is such a phenomenal example to the Enagic family. He is now building his 4th church in the Philippines with his Enagic money. And when he gets his bonuses, uh, he sends them to the Philippines, and he's paying for, I don't know how many, but a bunch of his nieces and nephews to be able to go to college. And they otherwise would have no chance of going to college. So, I mean, I just want to encourage you to be a blessing. I love that saying that we are blessed to be a blessing, and that as our income goes up, we shouldn't necessarily raise our standard of living. We want to raise our standard of giving. And so I love the example too that we should be like a river. We don't want to be like a lake and just start, hoarding things and accumulating a bunch of material things for ourselves. We want to be like a river, and as those blessings come to us, that we are just being a blessing to more people. And I love that. I love that about this business, that we have such good role models like Romy and what he's doing with his Enagic income. Um, that also made me think of something else when I was talking about that. Uh, oh, I never said this part, but one real quick thing I said about becoming a 6A, and then the very next thing that will happen is 6A2, where you help 2 of your people to become 6As. And I never mentioned this, but that's when you are eligible for quarterly and monthly bonuses. It made me think of it when I was talking about Romy's bonuses. But that alone can be huge. When you start earning these quarterly and monthly bonuses, Ron and I had no idea what that really meant. But once we hit 6A2, we figured out, even as fairly new 6A2s, that added $50,000 a year to our income, those quarterly and monthly bonuses. So, I mean, it's just really, the sky is the limit. Okay, well, we are out of time. We have gone just a couple minutes over an hour. We try to keep our webinars right around 1 hour. Next Tuesday night, we will be back here at 8 p.m. Eastern talking about the Yukon turmeric. So I will set up that webinar probably Thursday or Friday, and I'll be sending out the link if you want to register. And I also always post our webinar information on Facebook. So if you are not our Facebook friend, make sure you send us a friend request. So I want to thank Lisa again for sharing with us tonight, and thank each of you for staying with me here for the whole last hour to stay with Ron and I. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and you're in our prayers every single day when we say prayers together, Ron and I. We always pray for our distributors, that you guys will continue to be blessed. And we just want to help as many people as we possibly can to enjoy the same lifestyle that God has blessed us with. So thank you again for your time this evening. I'm going to go ahead and end the webinar, and we'll see you back here next week. Bye for now.